What's up, guys? Today I figured I would shoot a video. It's kind of an updated video for the Coleman CT-70F Cree LED flashlight. So I got this back in 2018 and it hasn't seen much use. In 2020 it's seen some use. It fell off a 6-foot ladder and there was no damage to it or anything. And I was quite happy with it. Last year, I went to use it and, it started acting up. You're supposed to, take, and we're going to talk about the batteries too, because I think that's important to get it out there. And Amazon with their, Chinese shit on their site. But anyway, you're supposed to, hit that once and it's supposed to come on. You're supposed to hit it again, it goes off. This was starting to act up. It wouldn't turn on. I'm pressing it and it's still acting up. And we'll get to that in a minute. But if you hold it in, that's the dim mode. And then if you hold it in a little longer, it's supposed to get brighter. And you can see it's getting brighter. You're supposed to just be able to tap it again and it's supposed to shut off. But it did not. So I have to hit it a second time. Then if you double tap it, it's supposed to go in the strobe. And there again, I tapped it and it doesn't shut off. So I didn't dig the manual out or anything. I have to read and make sure I'm right and make sure that, I'm actually using it the right way, because it's been since, 18 that I haven't really messed with it. But last year, and this is where the batteries come in. So let me unscrew this and tell you a little bit about what happened. So last year I had to go in where I keep all my batteries. And I have batteries since the mid-2000s. And they are Duracell. And I've never had Duracell leak on me. Not once. And the batteries that were put in here from 2018. Well, when I checked the batteries from mid-2000 last year, they weren't leaking. This year when I went into my bin, they were leaking. So you're talking a good long time. These batteries, the flashlight, I figured it's starting to act up. It's not as bright. I'm going to go ahead and replace the batteries. Well, 5 batteries dropped out of the housing, and if I turn this camera or the flashlight towards the camera, hopefully you'll see there's 2 holes there where they slide in. So you got 3 on one side, 3 on the other, and 5 came out. I didn't think much of it because I forgot it took 6. I honestly thought it took 5. And I went and I rewatched my video last night, and I saw on the package it said 6. And then later on in the video I said, yeah, it takes 6 batteries. And I thought, man, there has to be a battery stuck in there. Sure enough, my wife saw the one battery in there, and unlike these Duracells, they're stamped Duracell. So did Duracell, sell out? And are they just cheap Chinese knockoffs too? I don't know. But I could guarantee you the ones that came out were full of acid. And the one that was stuck up here was really stuck because this one leaked here and it corroded the aluminum case. So I had to squirt some WD-40 in there. And then I turned the battery on end, or the flashlight on end, and I hit it off the vise several times, and it took a lot of force to get that battery to come out. And the battery itself was slightly bulged, a little bit of acid around there, but it was that second battery that actually did the damage to the case. So I took another battery, a new battery, after I got that one out, and I figured, okay, let's drop it in. Well, it didn't do what you just heard, and the other side did. So I had to put the oxid in it, and it was pretty damn hard to get the corrosion out of here. And then I had to run a file up and down to get the bird of debris that ate into the aluminum housing off there. And at this point, I got it out, I got everything cleaned up, put all these batteries in, and this switch, it still ain't working right. And I went on Amazon and I started looking around for flashlights, and I come across one video on YouTube that actually had a styrofoam dome, and they were testing the lumens, and I mean, anybody claiming that it's a 90,000, 10,000, 100,000, whatever, it's all bullshit. They're not that. The battery life ain't that. So anyway, my point about this is, when you're on Amazon and you're trying to review for a flashlight like I am, don't believe these YouTube reviews, because when I'm listening to these guys, they sound like salesmen. Best flashlights in 2022. This, that, blah, blah, blah. And you go on, and then you see the same exact housing. Just like with the headlamp review I did, with the magnifiers for electronics and watch repair and stuff like that. It's the same fucking thing. It's just rebranded. The only difference is it says Amazon Choice, $52.99. And there's 16,000 plus reviews on there. And then you have some that are, 1, 2, 3 stars and this and that. But the majority of them are bullshit. And I know they're bullshit, because you go down and you look at the same flashlight. It's $36.99. Looks the same housing. And I highly doubt they took the X160 chip or the X70 chip and changed it out. Comes from China. Everything from China. I mean, they're using the same thing, rebranding it, selling it on Amazon, and you're paying just a higher price because it says Amazon Choice. So I'm going to be contacting Duracell on Monday, and I'm going to express my aggravation and how it ruined. I don't care if it's a $20 or $30 flashlight. It shouldn't be. The other thing I want to tell you guys, the reason I'm making this video too is, check, even if you're using lithium, even if you're using a rechargeable or the alkaline, like I saw some people bragging about the Energizer one, and the one guy said, oh yeah, the cop recommended it, and you know how cops use it. Okay, you're using that every single day, but if you let it sit in the cupboard or wherever you keep your flashlights, you don't know, and it's like not the first priority on your mind. Oh yeah, I better check the batteries in my flashlight. That should be, you're buying Duracell, that's name brand, they're expensive, and they sure as shit ain't lasting either, I'll tell you that, because even in my remotes and stuff like that, they're going out quick. The other thing I want to mention is there's like a little rubber O-ring here. Make sure you take, everything's fucking falling here. Get some silicone grease. You can get it at the automotive store, and then rub a little around there. Keep that lubricated and keep that O-ring in good shape. So, you keep maintenance on your flashlights, because we had a power outage last year. We were out without power 18 hours. And this was used. This helped out, and it lasted. It lasted a good while. And that was on alkaline batteries. So check your flashlights. Make sure that none of your batteries are leaking. Just because they're lithium, just because they're rechargeables, don't mean shit. Check them.